ways, there's many ways, but I do 2 ways of adding red lipstick on me. Let me just find my lipstick pen. Okay, so you can go with the basic lip liner that's closest to your lip color. This one I've had for ages. It's a MAC lip pencil in Dervish. And I'll show you what it looks like. It's very, very light. It's great for putting under lightly tinted glosses. So this is great if you don't like the shape of your lips, if you want to exaggerate them. You line your lips basically and color them in, not the full lip but the outside of it, by exaggerating what you want. You can also do this if you're this is for someone who's not as confident and used to putting on red lipstick. Then you have different shades of red. This is a drugstore CoverGirl Lip Perfection in Passion number 215. And then this is a Dior pencil that has a lovely brush at the end. It says lip liner pencil in number 863, Holiday Red. And then for today, I'm going to use a new company that I found here in the States. It's called Bite. And this is a matte lip pencil that is fantastic because you twist the back and it goes up, as opposed to my NARS lip pencils, which I have to buy a special pencil sharpener for. And sometimes they break off, the lipstick breaks off. So I'm going to go with the red. I just bought this. I'm going to see what it looks like. I think it's a nice color. Let's see what the other red looks like. It's a little darker and pinker, and that's more of a classic tomato red. This is more of a bluish berry red. So you can mix up your reds and then it creates your own unique red. You can put as many layers and as colors as you want of reds. I'm just going to do what I do for a basic night out or when I feel like putting red lipstick on. So I'm going to start with the red. And I start at the bottom. And I just trace the line. Of my lip. First start with tracing the natural line of your lip. Don't forget, your lip folds over, and that's why sometimes you get red lipstick on your chin. So go like this at times and fill it in properly, or when you're at the point, exaggerate it. Do the same to the top. At the Cupid's bow, you can really make any shape you want, and you can also use white pencils. I have one, no, these are both by MAC, and then I have a NARS one. They're very white, and what you can do is you can not only bring out the outside of your lips and kind of, you know, dab it in, but it also makes it more believable that it's your lips, that it's, if you have, let's say, a very arched Cupid's bow and you want it more shallow, just do that and put a little bit of highlighter. I tend to put a little highlighter above my lips anyway, or even a little powder in the middle, which looks like light is reflecting off of it. So I will explain and show all of this to you. So just continue. With the liner. Okay, so I do not want to exaggerate my lips, so what I'm going to do is, since this is a matte pencil and this is a matte lip pencil, I want as much lasting color as I can get out of it. Matte pencils and matte lip pencils or lipsticks, you're going to get more wear out of than anything, because the less moisture, the more it stays on your lips. What I'm going to do is lightly draw in a stain. So it's okay if there's tiny little pieces of pink sticking through. If you wanted to, you could stop there. People say there are different rules for reds. I tend to go with blue reds, but as opposed to a more pink berry red. I also go very dark, and then at times I like more of a sheer red. I think that it's your choice. Yes, it doesn't necessarily suit everyone, but I say try as many as you can. You really can't go wrong, and find out what you feel comfortable in and what suits you. So at this point, I'm gonna blot. So some came off. You don't want to blot the way I guess your grandmothers taught you to blot, by like going like this, the half mouth kind of bite over. It takes more out, and what it does is it transfers the moisture from your mouth onto your lipstick or onto your pencil, when what you want is the least amount of moisture for the most amount of wear time. So I'm just going to do it one more time. Okay, tiny bit came off there. Now you can keep applying different layers of colors, different stains. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the lip pencil. So I'm just going to fill it all the way in. This is my first time using this color. This is Bite in, if I can read this, in Pomegranate. And just follow the lines that you originally traced with your lip pencil. Also, another tip is you don't want to apply lipstick going all the way in on your lip, because what will then happen is that's when you get lipstick on your teeth. And that's not a good look for anyone. Just evening out the line. I think that looks good. It looks a little more orangey on film than it does. It's really a true, beautiful blue-red. And at this point, I'm going to blot again because I want it to last. Quite a bit came off. But right now, it's relatively dry. I'm not going to go over it again. I think it's fine the way it is. Okay, so in this case, you can take your white pen. Actually, that MAC one is too light, so let's go with the NARS pencil in Iceberg. And just draw lightly around it. and then just rub it in. Be very careful. Now, at this point, you can stop, throw your lipstick and a mirror in your bag. Or what some people do is they take, and this is supposed to add a type of illusion of light. Marilyn Monroe used to do this. This actually is coming back into style, called ombre lips. I'm not going that far with it, but I'm going to take a little of my tiny white powder. I think this was a freebie that I got. It's called Aspen Summit number 23 by Sephora. So I'm just going to take a medium shadow brush and dab it, and just very liberally, and try it on your skin. And it came out very shiny. We don't want that. So let's try to get the excess off. Do a little more. Okay, and then just start dabbing in the middle. You're going to clean your brushes anyway, so it's fine that you use your lip brushes on your eyes and your eyes on your lips, as long as you don't use them one after each other. I really think that not only are makeup artists or person applying makeup, their best tools are the wonderful brushes and makeup that they buy, but having a good controlled touch, as well as fingers, are fantastic. They really are. So you can see it kind of recontours the shape of the lip and supposed to give it a fuller look, as though a spotlight has shone down on it. Another trick, it's not so flattering, but to ensure that you are not going to get any lipstick on your teeth, what I do, this is, I think, the more ladylike way, take my finger and I wrap it in a tissue. I put it in my mouth, I close my lips around it, and then I pull it out. So, got a tiny bit on it, but I can smile as much as I want and not have any lipstick on my teeth. Another thing is also taking Q-tips, which are, I think, one of man's greatest inventions, and going in at the sides of your mouth. I think the whole, I call it the grandma way of putting on lipstick. The whole opening your mouth up like a fish and just going around like that. It doesn't create nice lines. You really need to kind of watch what you're doing and do it with a light hand when you're using highly pigmented colors. So I just go in on the sides a little bit so that your lips don't need to connect. No one is going to be looking at you with your mouth all agape. And that is my red lip. Simple red lip. You can do this with all kinds of lipsticks. You can apply the lipstick directly to your lips. In case of blotting, if you have a cream lipstick, it's going to be very nourishing to your lips and full of moisture, so you're not going to want to do the blotting. In that case, you might want to just take a light tissue over it. But, and you will probably want to bring it with you with a mirror because you're going to be applying it more. I just prefer matte lipsticks because I think that they're a dying breed, and I'm happy to see a lot of them return again. So thank you so much for tuning in, and look for more updates on makeup techniques from Bunny Dell. Thank you. Have a good night.